The chair now calls up Amendment 5200. The chair recognizes a senator from Dallas, Senator Chapman.
Thank you, Madam President. Let's try with this amendment. Friends and colleagues of the Senate, the time has come to modernize our state laws and legalize the sale of consumer fireworks. The amendment before us does just that. The amendment has several provisions that allow fireworks to be safely regulated, such as prohibiting minors from purchasing fireworks, giving local municipalities the ability to restrict the sale of fireworks, and the state fire marshal to regulate the sale of fireworks in the cases of drought. Our current laws allow possession but restricts the display of fireworks. It's interesting to note that the Des Moines Register also did a poll, and most Iowans, a majority of Iowans, support this movement. This amendment is the same language that passed the State Government Committee with bipartisan support. This isn't a Republican or a Democrat issue, it is an Iowa issue. When we deal with legislation such as this, it often brings out emotion on both sides. However, it's important as legislators that we deal with facts. So what are the facts when it comes to consumer-grade fireworks? Between 1976 and 2011, the use of consumer fireworks in the United States increased by over 700%. During the same period, firework-related injuries per 100,000 pounds of fireworks used dropped by over 89%. This is according to the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission. There are no other consumer products with any associated risk on which the CPSC maintains injury statistics with such an impressive record. Our neighbors in Indiana and Minnesota have also experienced a reduction in injuries after legalization. In fact, I have the report from 2012 on Indiana. In 2003, this comes from the Indiana State Department of Health. In 2003, they had 261 injuries. By 2012, they had 83. That's a substantial reduction. Since the federal prohibition on explosive fireworks, commonly known as cherry bombs or M80s, the greatest threat of harm has come from individuals attempting to manufacture their own homemade fireworks. Homemade fireworks don't go through the rigorous testing and safety inspections conducted by the American Fireworks Standards Laboratory. When we look at statistics, it's interesting. To put it into perspective, the CPSC does a report. They include not only fireworks, but sparklers in this report. So it's skewed a little bit, but to put it into perspective, there were 8,700 injuries from these fireworks, 6 deaths. The fact is, 5 of the 6 deaths were from illegal, homemade, or professional grade fireworks, not the fireworks we're talking about. Perspective, bicycle accidents, seen in ERs, 515,000, 800 deaths. Golfing, Senator McCoy, we're proud of your brother. He needs to be careful out there. The reality is, 19 deaths occurred in golfing. 19. 50,160 injuries. Far more than fireworks. Far more. My friends, the statistics don't lie. Failure to pass this legislation will result in another year with more injuries and more accidents because they are unregulated. It was John Adams who said the following regarding the celebration of our independence. It ought to be celebrated by pomp and parade with shows, games, sports, and illuminations from one end of this continent to the other. My friends, this amendment is about safety, but it's also about freedom. In the words of my good friend, Senator Bertrand, let's give this amendment a patriotic yes.
There is further discussion. The chair recognizes a senator from Johnson, Senator Dvorsky.
Thank you, Madam President. I certainly appreciate the well-researched and enthusiastic speech there, but I would ask for a ruling in germaneness on this amendment.
Senator Dvorsky, Senator Chapman, please come to the well. Senator Dvorsky, your point is well taken. The amendment is not germane.